Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 2 in the daily with the upgraded Tron version. This is about as good of a hand as you can ask for. Only thing that would make this better is an Arbor Elf over Voyaging Satyr, but we can still go first turn Utopia Sprawl into second turn Voyaging Satyr. So we're going to definitely keep this. Our opponent also is on the play and keeps this. So, yep, this is a fine hand though. The running non-fetch lands makes you a little bit better game one against like burn, but I love the thinning out of the fetch lands, and you have this combo with Eternal Witnesses, which is kind of cool. Is if you have to go grab a land, then I mean that's more than an acceptable play to Eternal Witness into a Windswept Heath that then allows you to go grab another land. So it can be a Taxing Probe. This could be Storm, it could be Delver, it could be a multitude of decks, all of which Storm and Delver I'm not looking forward to playing against. Anything that kills a land or turns it into an island is bad for Utopia Sprawl, but I don't think it'd be Fish. And Voyaging Satyr is probably going to be a dead card versus a lot of burn matchups. I'll just side out all the Arbor Elves and Voyaging Satyrs. All right, so another good Taxing Probe. Still, he's looking to cycle through to find the right land. It's going to be, okay, so it's going to be Infect. Now, Infect gets a lot better on the post sideboard with the Blood Moon. Blood Moon can really mess up Infect, but this is not a favorable matchup. This is definitely in my opponent's favor. So I think what we can do here is we'll thin out our deck for sure. Go grab just a basic forest is fine, and Utopia Sprawl it. For a green is okay. Again, we have nothing main board that needs to utilize red, because the Xenagos we're never going to be hard casting. It's going to be tooth and nailing into it. Now I don't know if we can quite race an Inkmoth Nexus. It gets pumped up. Again, Infect is really good at keeping decks honest in the format. They're going to kill you on turn 3 quite a bit. Turn 4 is actually pretty late for Infect, and Infect can also go kind of the late game route with Inkmoth getting there for that damage each turn. If he has Mutagenic Growth, I'm going to be at 7. He's looking very good with Become Immense already. But this is by far not the best draw for the Infect. So I'm able to go Voyaging Satyr here. Primal Command will allow me to put an Inkmoth back on top of the library, which is going to be pretty good. And I believe we can do that next turn. We might just go for the lock with Primal Command if he shows us a non-creature here, if he just gets in with Inkmoth Nexus. Good news about Infect is they do have a lot of awkward draws. I might actually go get a Acidic Slime rather than Eternal Witness with Primal Command. See what he does with the Wooded Foothill. See if he goes and gets a Might or a Forest for Might and then hits me. Yeah, that's probably going to be the play, which I'm okay with because we definitely want to get that Primal Command, the Inkmoth Nexus back on top. I'd actually not want to see a Glistener Elf come out here. I just want to see a Might. Yep. And then I don't want to see double Mutagenic Growth. I guess you could go Malera in the sideboard as a way to combat Infect. Down to 6. He hasn't showed me a creature yet, so this is going to be really good. And we will have the mana for the Primal Command. So Garruk is a free spell, right? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, untap 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. So Garruk is definitely free. And I think we will go the Primal Command route with finding another Eternal. No, we have an Eternal Witness in our hand, so I'll just get Acidic Slime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then this forces him to draw an Inkmoth. So put target non-creature permanent, which is cool because he can't react to the. He can't make it a creature this turn. And search your library for a creature card, build it, and put it into your hand. So Inkmoth goes on top of the library. I'm going to grab an Acidic Slime. And we'll have that for next turn to kill the Ink Moth when he puts it out. And quite a bit of mana generated through the Garruk and the Voyaging Satyr. So the bad news about Infect as well is it's one of those cards that I'm not going to take the combat out because I need to try to race him, unfortunately. Utopia Sprawl is another free spell. I'll be able to generate quite a bit of mana here. And let's go get another basic land. And then this adds for 3, 4, 5. Acidic Slime. We'll hit the Inkmoth Nexus. He can Vines it. But let's see, I can generate 5 more mana, 6 more mana, 8, 9 mana, 6, 7. Apostle's Blessing. Yeah, most likely end up dying here. I don't know what I can do to come out of this. If I Primal Command, it's sorcery speed. I can make him shuffle his library back into his graveyard, or his graveyard back into his library, and then that can take away the... I think I need to take out the breeding pool here. Maybe I should have crushed a forest and crushed a breeding pool. How much can I generate? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I need 11 mana? No, I need 8 mana. So we can at least crush the breeding pool and hope he doesn't have another Might. But it's not looking good for me. Oh, I only generate 7 anyway, and I need 8. So I'm thinking about Malera. Malera probably does deserve a place in the sideboard. Again, most likely dead next turn. Unless he just has a really bad hand. The only thing he really needs to worry about is a Beast Within. Nature's Claim. Naturalized type effects. So let's just hope he's whiffing. Which should be very statistically improbable with 4 cards in his hand. He is dead on the backswing to a Garruk ult. Wow. Wow. We'll 100% will go for a Garruk ult. That allows us to actually throw the non-creature permanent, being the Inkmoth Nexus, back on top. Yeah, I guess he just had the bad hand. Do I even need an Overgrowth here? I guess it's pretty free to Overgrowth. So put target non-creature permanent and we search again. So he has no way to generate mana. So Inkmoth Nexus goes back on top. And if I get a Xenagos, does that make it better? No, because yes, Trample. Hold up. Xenagos might be the right play here. Because if I can cast Xenagos then ult for... He becomes a 5 and then Trample. No, that's not quite the way to go. Emrakul, though, I can cast. Can I cast Emrakul? I can generate 3, 4. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 10, 11 mana is all I can generate. So I think it's just Eternal Witness. And so ult would put these up to 3/3s. That's 10 damage actually. No, he'll go to a 1 because he'll block these two and then go to a 1. So I'm thinking it's still just going to be putting a bunch of cards on top of his library. So we're going to untap here and here. And cast Eternal Witness, which grabs us the Primal Command. We'll put the Breeding Pool back on top. So get a put target non-creature permanent, which is going to be the Breeding Pool back on top. Okay, and he sees it. I'm going to go get another Eternal Witness. Barely pull that off. I don't know. I don't think Scavenging Ooze comes in. It's just going to be everything that helps us stabilize the best, which is Beast Withins and Eternal Witnesses. I still want the combo in here. Courser seems a little bit weak. Nissa seems a little bit too slow. And I am gonna cut one tooth and nail. Maybe I just do go out of the combo. But it always does threaten. I'm gonna go down in the combo. And two cards. I guess Eternal Witness is good though with the lock. That's how we won. I'm going to get rid of the Harmonizes. Apologize for the lag, too. Lagging pretty bad on my end. MCO probably needs a restart. We'll go ahead and submit. This is a very, very hard match to win on when he's on the play. We did win the last one when he was on the play, though. This is perfect. We have a second turn Blood Moon. I don't like the Emrakul in hand, but it's not bad. So we'll keep this. Snap keeps his, so he likes his hand. Taxing Probes. He'll see my Blood Moon. Blood Moon shuts down Inkmoth Nexus. It also shuts down his ability to cast a blue spell like a Blighted Agent. So the cards that I need to worry about, Nature's Claim, of course, he could have in his deck. But the cards that I need to worry about is Blighted Agent. Glistener Elf and Blighted Agent on turn 2. Other than that, I'm pretty well positioned to lock him out with the Blood Moon. So first turn, the Windswept Heath is going to actually just go to basic forest because, again, Utopia Sprawl will fall off when I turn it into a mountain. So it's not going to be a Stomping Ground off the bat. It will be the basic forest. And in fact, I can say Utopia Sprawl, target green, or red, and then I can just grab 2 basics. Now, he probably did bring in Nature's Claims, though. Cataxy Pros serve 2 purposes in Infect. The first purpose that they serve is to see if you can actually kill your opponent, go off, kill your opponent. And the second is to basically play a 56-card deck. He doesn't have a first turn play, though, so it looks like he's keeping up Nature's Claim. Which we just draw into a basic forest. I don't want to give him that information, though. So I'm pretty sure it's either going to get, Spell Pierced or Claimed, and that's fine. It sets me back another turn. So maybe if he has the Blighted Agent wouldn't have mattered. So he doesn't have the first turn Glistener Elf, which is good. Which the Inkmoth Nexus. He's trying to keep me off of that quick Blood Moon. But he has a Blighted Agent anyway. That one's rough. That one's very rough. I will be able to lock him out of green mana. But, yeah, we needed that to hit. Voyaging Satyr can come out here. Hope he doesn't just have a green source. He has the Windswept Heath now. So, again, the difference between on the play and on the draw would have been a win versus possibly a loss here. We haven't lost this quite yet. There's the Might. And this is going to be a turn 3 kill. This is where Infect gets very scary. With he literally had the nuts versus me with the Become Immense. So that is 11 Infect damage on turn number 3. Let's go. Again, I kind of just want to go down to the 1-of combo with Tooth and Nail just to bring in another card that might help me stabilize versus him, or at least, I guess, Nissa. No, Nissa just still ramps too. I think Harmonize might actually be better. I'll submit this. On the play, though, we can't Spell Pierce Utopia Sprawl first turn. He can't just claim it. But that's what we want to see, is like an Acidic Slime, Utopia Sprawl type hand. Rough matchup, rough matchup. That would have been a rough hand for anyone. That's why a lot of people like Infect. Infect tends to be the deck that if you were to put every deck in Moderns and rig the decks and say, okay, we're going to give you the most rigged deck, you the most rigged deck, you the most rigged deck. It definitely be between Amulet Bloom and Infect that you could rig the decks the best. I'm sure there's some other like crazy, insane variance decks that you could do, like turn 1 kills or turn 2 kills with like 4 of the Simian Spirit Guides. But we're just gonna talk about like tier 1 decks that I can't think of a better hand than what we just faced against. Maybe a Glistener Elf first turn. Other than he wouldn't have been able to Spell Pierce, so maybe not. So, all right. So yes, we'd like to play first. This is fine. This is actually very good. First turn Utopia Sprawl, second turn Overgrowth, or Beast Within. Either one works. Opponent doesn't have to go to 6. And he likes his 6. So we will Utopia Sprawl in the forest. Pass the turn. Green's fine. The thing is, though, Pendelhaven, if you go Glistener Elf here, just no Glistener Elf. There's a Glistener Elf. I just might need a Beast Within it. Now I do need to play around a Might. Or, excuse me, a Vines of Vastwood. Blood Moon, of course, would have been pretty clutch there. Turning the Pendelhaven into a... So our last hand would have been a lot better versus this particular hand of his. Now, he doesn't have information through Gitaxian Probes. We're still a ways off from Primal Command really doing much. The problem is with if I go Beast Within and give him a 3/3 Beast, he could easily kill me with my own Beast token with the amount of pump that they have. And he gets another basic forest, so Blood Moon is not nearly as good as it would be. And he's going to Nature's Claim. Utopia Sprawl. So I'll just tap it for a mana. And now if he Pendelhavens his Glistener Elf, I'll kill it. He's going to go Noble Hierarch. Now, is it worth it to Beast Within off a Glistener Elf? And I think it is. But now, again, this isn't looking the greatest for me because he's got a 3/3. We will turn a Witness back. A Beast Within. But he's got a 4/4 attacker each turn. There's another Forest. I could Overgrowth. I could safely Overgrowth here. And it kind of puts me up a turn. I need to draw into some juicy cards, though. Nature's Claim's that again. That was double Nature's Claim that gains me life. Now I don't care about damage. I hate to see a Blighted Agent. And there it is. So, I could just die next turn, which is just silly with only 3 cards in his hand, but become Immense Might of old Krosa plus the Pendelhaven plus Noble Hierarch is very deadly. So, that other guy's going to need to be Beast Within, and then he's going to have 2 3/3s. Another Forest. All right, we're thinning out. Let's see if we can get just a Stomping Ground's tapped. Eternal Witness for Beast Within. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to lose this one. Not really due to what he had, just due to the amount of land draws that we saw after our opening hand. And that's what the problem with Tooth and Nail what can do is it can do kind of the similar to Boggles and Infect. You draw too many of your Utopia Sprawl Overgrowths and not have things to do with them. It keeps you back. And the Blighted Agent is a real threat. Being able to be pumped up to a 3 with anything that gives him protection is rough. Yeah, 3 cards in hand, he can still easily kill me. So, sideboard-wise, I think that Malaria needs to be put in. You have to have an answer versus Infect. Now the Infect is just so consistent with Pendelhavens. And, yeah, so Might, and then if he has Become Immense, can't quite do it. But a Giant Growth will definitely do it here. Command, I don't believe, does anything here. I don't know if I give him an untap. It doesn't matter if he's got the card in his hand. He's got it's going to be in an untap phase because he could do 3 damage regardless. And I'd rather not give him a beast to attack with this turn. See, ideally what I want to do is put his Forest on top. Like, if these wouldn't have been killed, and then we could have put a Forest on top and then Beast Within in response to. But he definitely has 2 relevant cards in his hand. And now we Beast. And if he's got the Vines or the... Alright, sweet. So we're good. We're actually pretty decent here. Unless he has another Infect card. Dryad Arbor. He'll attack in with the beasts. I guess just 1 beast. He wants to preserve his life total. We're down to a 19. Yeah, I see if he really was debating pumping his guy up. Not liking that last, but this at least sort of times walks in. But at this point, do I get an acidic? I get an acidic slime or another Eternal Witness. I think I get another Eternal Witness. Then I can double block. I could have easily gained 7 life there too. And that's... I could care less if he gives his guy a plus counter here. Yeah, I could die to damage easily. That's very real. Eternal Witness gets back like potential Beast Within. I have a lot of dead things I can draw into, unfortunately. And I'm a few cards still away from being able to chain spells. But he didn't do anything last turn. He could easily swing in for 8. Next turn I get an Eternal Witness. I could grab a Beast Within to kill a Beast Within, but it'll probably be another Primal Command. And I'll have a draw as well. So he is going to attack into everything and pump up. So at this point I think I let it go through. Because I want the Eternal Witnesses to be able to block the beast with the beasts. So taking 8, going down to an 11. I guess Spellskite could also be a pretty good card in the sideboard against Infect. They run a lot of Nature's Claims, though, so... Absolute worst card I could have drawn into was a Stomping Ground. So the thing is that I can't cast... That's 6 mana, so I can't cast a Eternal Witness and... The thing I could do is Beast Within my own land and then block 2 of his guys. But if he's got a pump spell, that might not be the best. So it is going to be Eternal Witness. And I think at this point it has to be Beast Within. Which means he's actually going to get a relevant draw now. Which, if it's even another pump spell, at 11, that's almost like resetting my Infect total. Tooth and Nail, though, next turn I draw. If I don't Beast Within my own guy, is a win. Alright, so I will go here and here, both on the Beast, and see what he does. So there's a Pendlehaven there, and a Mutagenic Growth there, which allows me to Beast his Beast. Again, he could have a Vines here, but I think he would have used the Vines a lot earlier. Okay, he's got a Vines. So am I actually just dead here? That's 11 damage. So I should have waited one more. Yeah, it's die by damage. Again, my opponent had some pretty sick draws. See what I would have drawn into next turn. Again, I could have split the damage, but I think that it would have been a Garruk. Garruk could have put out a 3/3 to block. And then died, depending where he did damage. And then, yeah, not a while before any relevant card. That was a very tough matchup. Maybe siding on the Tooth and Nail. Well, we couldn't have got to the Tooth and Nail anyway with a double nature claim. So we'll go on to the next match, though. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.